going on, guys, girls? Rob here with you this evening, and we're gonna see if we get us a few people in here tonight. If we do, we may just have a chat. We may just talk, see what everybody has on their mind. Uh, Start of fall. Um, a lot of people still going on vacations this time of year. Um, believe it or not, believe it or not, Christmas is in 3 months. Christmas is in 92 days. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Actually, it's in 93 days. We have to count that 31st day of October. That's right. 93 days. But it's upon us. It is upon us. What's going on, Tim? Tim won't in. Tim won't in. If I don't get guests tonight, I'm going to play some more fast drive football. If we don't get guests tonight, if we get guests tonight, we're not going to play. Yeah. Sure. Tim's coming on. Sounds good. Sounds good. Let's invite him. We'll invite 5 or 6 guys. Some of the guys. Some of the week 4 games I've still got to play. San Diego State, Iowa State, Wake Forest at Houston, Ole Miss at Purdue, and Navy at Utah, and Utah State at Louisiana. That's, I think, 5 games left in week 4. Week 5 offers a bunch of great games, and I can tell you guys more and more about that as we go. So happy about everybody donating for the we're going to invite a few people. Yeah, let's invite a few people tonight. All right. There we go. We'll invite a few people in here tonight. So Tim's with us tonight. If some more people want to come on, that'd be great. Friday night football, we know Anthony is still coaching. And week 5, there's Tim already. Wow, that must have been a quick email.
Hello from 53-degree, clear or partly cloudy and cool Cleveland, Ohio.
53, you say?
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna start. It's gonna start getting some. Are you guys supposed to get in the 30s tonight?
I don't think so.
I'd say it'd probably be close. Being it's not even 9 o'clock yet, and you're in the 50s. I'm gonna say 38. I'm gonna say Cleveland's gonna get 38 tonight. I haven't looked at. I swear I haven't looked.
No, 48 only for a low.
48. Okay. So it's not going real low. It's going to 49 here tonight. How about that? 49 here. We're at 60. Let me see what the current temperature is here right now. Current temperature.
Yeah, they've knocked down
current temperature. 59 here. What'd you say the temperature was there?
It's 54.
59 here. Going to get down to 48. So,
yeah.
It's, yeah.
So we are officially in the second day of fall, so.
Yeah, we got Bob here with us too tonight. Is it dark there already?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it is here too. It is. What's up, Bob?
How you guys doing?
Doing great.
Doing
great. Been playing a little bit of fast drive football. And if you didn't watch the games earlier today, I played a NFL. Was you in here, Tim, when I did the NFL game?
Nah, I kind of was.
I did 83 Washington Redskins against the 07 New England Patriots that stayed undefeated. Who do you think won?
83 Redskins.
Can't stop.
07 New England 44, 83 Redskins 31. 44-31. Okay. Yeah. It was 20-3. It was 20-3 at halftime. New England was ahead. And then Washington got as close as 37-31. And then then they fumbled the ball away. No, they turned it over on downs. That's right. They turned it over on downs. And then the two Big Ten teams that did well this week, week 4, Minnesota went to Iowa 17-10, and Wisconsin beat up on BYU 38-16 in that game. I mean, it absolutely destroyed them. You got a lot of big games coming up week 5 on Fast Drive, so I hope you guys will join me for it. Bob, do you play a lot of board games now? You don't really do it a lot.
I did. I play some of them. I've played the other day. I played Fury Baseball, Fury Hardball.
Okay, won by Play.com.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I play Hitsy Maker and Payoff Pitch.
Oh, okay.
You know.
Right. Okay. And it looks like your team may be fading a little bit now. You agree?
Yeah. Well, they beat Houston 2-0 last night. They're winning right now 1-0.
Okay. Dwayne, come on in if you care to. I sent Dwayne an email too. So Dwayne can definitely come in.
I want to say right now, I mean, not that it's any consolation, but it's probably Operation 81 for the Orioles. Get at least a 500.
That's what I was hoping for when the season started.
Oh, that would have been a lofty goal for me. I was probably going to put them at maybe not to lose 100 games, but
not win over 66, 68.
Yeah, that would have been pie in the sky for me at the beginning of the season. But they pull off an 81 or an 82 or in that range. That's a good season for them.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Well, the kid last night, he pitched a 2-hitter, and he only went 8 2/3 innings. You know,
then you got the kid Henderson playing all over the infield now.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a little nice player. Then you get Mountcastle behind the plate, and then
Rushman behind the plate.
A Rushman, and then Mountcastle out in the field.
Mountcastle's for real. He is. He's for real.
Well, it's kind of strange this weekend because the Orioles are playing Houston, where Mancini went to.
Right. And that's the thing. That's a crazy shit. They were sellers at the deadline.
Yeah.
They got rid of some players that were making money, and they got young kids in, and now they're playing better. They're playing better without Mancini.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the crazy part. At the trade deadline, they were not in the playoffs, and they have been right there on the cusp of being in the playoffs a couple times. And then they hit 5 out of 8. They lost 5 out of 7.
Something like that. They were losing games and losing to teams they should never have lost to, like Detroit and stuff like that.
Wasn't the Rangers? Wasn't it the Rangers too?
Rangers. Cincinnati, you know.
Yeah. The Rangers, the one thing about the Rangers you can always say about that team, they may not have anybody that can throw the ball across the plate, but they got some guys, if you throw the ball across the plate, can knock a crap out of it. That's just the way the Rangers always are set up.
Oh, yeah.
They're set up for that. And now I'm hearing out of Philadelphia. Philadelphia's got rumblings going on. They are in talks already. And I look, if they make it public and they're saying that the GM's talking to a player, obviously that is, you can't do that shit. But the way I understand, they're talking to the agent of Xander Bogaerts. So they're trying to get Bogaerts for next year.
Right.
If they end up,
isn't that a little bit of tampering?
Well, if that is, they can talk to the agent. They can talk to the agent. And hell, look at it this way. It must get it must have worked out for the Dodgers when they wanted to get
When they want to get Betts?
No, when they wanted to get what's the name from the Braves? Freeman.
Freeman.
Because Freeman acts like now he didn't ever want to leave. And I'm thinking to myself, you signed a contract, dumbass.
Yeah.
Come on. His agent had some money ready for him when it was time, and he just went. And the fact is now, I think he's in a better place now. I really do. I think he's in a better place to be. The Braves is not a tough place to be either, but the Braves have had a lot of injuries this year. Ozzie Albies, we don't know when he's coming back.
No,
and they've got a couple of pitchers. They got a couple of pitchers out, huh?
Isn't Acuna out with a back injury?
Acuna's been hurting a lot this year. I think he's out now. They and Olsen's been kind of limping around. You can't afford that. You can't afford that at all. And then right now tonight, last I heard, they're down 4-0.
Guardians are losing 2-0 to Texas. Freaking single, and then hit the cutoff man, and then the catch strike cut off, got past him, and a run scored. Like Morris is on the mound. The guy's doing his best Rick Vaughn impersonation.
Is Cleveland in first?
Yes.
Cleveland is in first. I think they got 2 games.
The magic number is 5.
Oh, okay.
So essentially, they just have to win. Essentially, if they win 2 out of 3 in the next 2 series, they only need 1 Chicago loss in the divisions there.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
And because Minnesota just faded.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Like they had a 3 games. They were tied when the Guardians went to Minnesota, and then the Cleveland put out a 3-game sweep, and they've been downhill ever since.
So right now it looks like Cleveland would be playing Toronto.
Whoever ends up being the 6th seed.
Right.
Toronto, they're going to be Toronto or Seattle. I think they're about a half game difference between the two of them.
And the fact is, you don't want to play Cleveland. I mean, you don't want to play Toronto. If you go to Toronto, if you don't have your shots.
No. It's in the division winners park. So they got to come here.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Records be damned, because the way that it could work out is
it's a 3-game series all at home for them.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So the other part they're talking about on the radio.
You would rather play Toronto first then, because let's say they was to win their series, then you would have to play the divisional series maybe against them. Then you would have to go up there. I have heard a lot of people, a lot of rumblings around baseball saying that if they force their hand, let's say they go to the World Series. Let's say they go to the World Series, and they were to play the Phillies. Have you seen who the Phillies don't have?
Well,
Real Muto.
To be fair, Canada did just drop their vaccine mandate.
Oh, they did.
Let me make sure of this, but I'm pretty sure I read this the other day.
If they did that, then you wouldn't have to have your shots in. It's a good time to do it, because it's right here at playoff time. Really is. And I'll tell you something else. The NHL, they got them just because they were getting the bonuses from the league. The league paid them a bonus. I guess you noticed where PK Subban has retired.
There was 3 of them that happened on one day. Sorry. Gotcha there, Rob?
What 3 guys retired in one day?
Yep.
Subban.
Zdeno Chara.
Oh, Chara did too, huh?
Yeah. And then Keith Yandel, who had the Ironman record, he also retired.
Oh, really?
So
where did he play? Where was he playing at?
Yandle was in Philadelphia, I think, to finish his career.
Oh, okay.
He was with Florida and Arizona and with the Rangers before that.
Okay, I got you.
Well, the preseason starts tomorrow for the NHL.
And their first game starts with the 15th?
No, it's the 7th. Well, actually, no, it's probably before that because you got the 2 games in Finland.
Oh, okay. Who's playing over there?
Let me pull that up real quick.
Do you watch hockey, Bob?
Oh yeah, I watch hockey.
Who are you a Capitals fan?
Not really in any particular city.
Who?
Not particularly in any particular city, you know.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I mean, when I was growing up, well, Baltimore had a hockey team, but that was American Hockey League.
The Skipjacks.
The Skipjacks and the it was first their first name was the Clippers, and then they changed it to Skipjacks. Now that down here, Charlotte has a team called the Checkers.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't really follow any particular team though. American National
I'm
League
going to try. I think I may end up trying to get a Roanoke Valley River Dogs. Roanoke Valley Rail Dogs. Roanoke Valley Rail Dogs. That's what they call themselves. Rail Dogs.
So it's the Sharks and the Predators playing October 7th and 8th in the Czech Republic.
Oh, okay. Ken Castro says, "Go Canes! Go Canes!"
And then the regular season starts the 11th.
The 11th.
So the day after Canadian Thanksgiving.
A little later than you thought. Then.
Well, usually it's the second week in October. Or maybe sometimes the first week. They'll probably go back to, they unfortunately with the kind of later beginning of last season.
And EPL tomorrow, Manchester Derby. Manchester United heading to Man City. And Man City playing really well right now. They're in the top. But Man United after 3 weeks were down. They were in the relegation zone. Now they're in 5th or 6th. That's what a win does for you. It's not like hockey. Hockey's 2 points, which I've said for a long time. Hockey should be 3 points.
Right.
Three for a win, and one for overtime win. 2 for overtime win. I'm fine with that. Mm-hmm. Overtime loss, I don't think should give you a point. But if you want to do it, that's fine. I'm okay if you go a point there. But overtime win, I think should be 2 points.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
It would definitely force a lot of hands come the end of the season, which that's always a fun part to see who needs the regulation wins or overtime wins, and they'll pull the goalie with the score tied.
Now, this is the way I would do it. A win would be 3 points. An overtime win would be 2 points. A shootout win would only be 1 point. And then a loss would not get you anything. That's the way I would do it. Because if you're playing well in regulation play, you keep getting 3, keep getting 3, keep getting 3. It almost forces teams to have to open up against a team that's up 2-0, and 6 or 8 minutes left to go. That they're going to want to try to get tied with you quicker if they know that you're still pushing to try to score some more. So I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, but I would just prefer it that they don't give anybody a pat on the back to say thank you for losing in overtime. No, I mean that's just me.
What do you guys think about the new rule changes for MLB for next year?
I like the pitching clock.
I don't think that will be an issue after week 2.
I like it. I'll tell you why I like it. I went to 2 or 3 minor league games this year, and they ended closer to 2 hours than they did 3 hours. That is something right there. One where me and Keith went, I think it went 2 hours and 12 minutes. I mean, that's pretty damn good. That's pretty good. And they scored 6 runs, 7 runs. It wasn't a 1-0 game or anything. It scored a few runs. And it may not have scored that many, but they scored some runs.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, the throws, limiting the throws to first, I don't like yet. I don't know how the hell you can – that way – I guess you can back off the mound some or whatever, but I don't like yet.
The width of the bases.
The bigger bases, they're making a huge deal about it. They're saying
that don't make
that
don't make a difference to me. I mean, sense to me.
Well, this would make more sense to me. This just what we do with baseball and Little League. First base, have a base on the outside of the line. That way, the first baseman has a right to the one. All right, let's say, for instance, you bunt the ball down first base line. Okay, you're running down the line. It should make it clear to everybody that the first baseman better be touching this one base, and the runner gets this base to themselves. That's what I. Don't be trying to use the other base as a base as well. But for running purposes and running purposes only, I don't think we need a bigger base at second and third. Why? Not really.
Yeah.
And do you really think that we're going to go from 35 to 40 30, 35 stolen bases a year up to 90?
Oh, no.
The MLB network seems to think that this much space, that's what we're talking, a half inch, between an inch.
So you're essentially talking about, so you're talking half of from the knuckle to the edge of my finger.
It's going to make that big a difference in people trying to steal a base and not. I don't see it.
No.
They're even going as far, this DeRosa guy is going as far as saying they think teams are going to have one special player just to be running bases and can't even hit.
Because they think that once they get the one throw over, they'll take off on any move.
Right. Yeah. I just don't know. To me, it's not limited to one throw over. I think you can get 3.
Okay.
I think you get 3. But come on. If they really, really look, the base runner, the best base runners I ever knew, a lot of great base runners were not the fastest runners. They were smart. They knew how to read the legs and the feet of the pitcher, and knew how to get 2, 3, 4 steps.
And they could also read the ball coming off the bat, so that they can either go first to third or second to home.
Yep.
Carlos Santana, in my opinion, is a very underrated base runner. He's not the quickest.
Who is
that? I'll be damned if he didn't always get first to third or second to home, because he could read where the ball was going.
Who was that?
Carlos Santana, who plays for the Mariners now.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I love him. His 2 cents.
JT Realmuto is a real good base runner. He's stolen 15 to 18 bases this year.
Yeah.
He's not the fastest guy on that team, not even close.
Right.
But he knows a balk when he sees it. He knows the moves of other pitchers because he sees them all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, he studies it. He's just, and boy, oh boy, we want to talk about study. Kyler Murray, take a little listen to that, because I'm telling you, people are saying Kyler Murray now, he's doing better than ever. Kyler Murray got a little lucky last week winning that game with that fumble, because the Raiders were driving the ball down the field on them. But I just don't know how much longer the Raiders are going to be real happy with that quarterback they've got. It may not go much further with them.
Could you imagine? Although I will say this, going back to the Thursday night game. Whoops on all of us that picked the Steelers. Although, what was the line on that game? Was that 3 or 3.5?
3 and a hook. 3 and a hook.
So that touchdown at the end. Well, no, it was 6, because it was. The Browns were winning by 6, and then that being 29-17 with that fluky touchdown at the end.
Yeah. They were already up.
Yeah.
And what was the final score?
29-17. Yeah, they didn't even kick the extra point at the end.
Went over the total too for that.
Well, it'd been 41. I was hearing like
it was wasn't it 23-17?
Yeah.
That was 40. It was 40 and a half was the total.
No.
Hell yeah, boys and girls.
Thank you, God, for that touchdown at the end.
What's up, Nance? Yeah, it was 40 and a hook. You know, how many times did that bite us in the ass?
Yep.
Yeah. I went over, Tim went over, Keith went over, Mike went over.
Yep. Wow.
Mm-hmm. And Harris went under, but Harris took the Browns. But Keith took the Browns and over.
Okay.
So he got both. But me and you and Mike all went over. So we got a 1 and a 1 off of that. We did get 1 point.
I'm doing better at picking totals than I am spreads this year.
Yeah, the picking the team, I ain't doing the greatest, but the spread, but the over-unders, I'm doing great. And generally, if you go 4 games, one of them might go over. Most times, 3 of them is going under. That's just the way it works. I don't know why.
And a lot of that's the NFL. They think of all these high-scoring offense. Well, what did they try to do? You know?
Yeah.
Help the other team, or what do the Browns and the Steelers do best? They run the ball. That eats up a lot of clock.
It does.
It was like 9:15. It was already halftime because I was at a bar last night because we were playing trivia. And thankfully the bar wasn't so packed. They stuck everybody pretty much at the bar area, and then there was like a layer of emptiness, and then there was also the kind of raised area towards the door. Needless to say, we're the only ones who give a crap what happened during the Guardians game last night.
Don't look at the game if you're not looking at it, guys. If you were going to pick this game, it's on TV a little while ago. I was watching a little bit online. Virginia Cavaliers at Syracuse. Who would you have liked tonight in that game?
Let's see if I could give a line. I'd probably say Syracuse minus 8.5.
All right, and which team would you pick? Let's say it was minus 10. Minus 10. Which one of those teams would you pick?
Ooh, I'd probably take Virginia Tech because the last game that Syracuse played against the major school.
Virginia.
Yeah, Virginia.
Now check what the score is in that game.
Oh, boy.
Halftime.
I'll tell you, it's 16-0.
Yeah, and they should be starting the third. They should be.
Yeah, that's about 3 minutes into the third period.
Oh, okay.
It's funny because
they have mobbed Brennan Armstrong, the left-handed quarterback for Virginia. I want to say they've sacked him either 5 or 6 times in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
They almost got a safety right there at the end. It was right on the edge. I mean, they let him have 2.5 yards. I'm like, no way. He was maybe a yard or half a yard out there. But it was crazy.
And you've got north of the border football on tonight on ESPN as well, on ESPN2.
Is it Edmonton again?
No, Hamilton and Montreal.
Oh, okay. They love to show Edmonton for some reason.
Yeah, well, the problem is that all the good teams are out west.
Oh, are they?
In Canada. The eastern part of the CFL is not very good this year.
Like Dwayne said, the bases are going from 15 to 18.
Oh,
so it's actually going to be 6 inches. They're going to be 6 inches closer. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. You're going to move them in. But I think the one at second base ends up getting moved 1.5 inches instead of 3 because they're going to go out a little bit, just an inch or 2 back, which is crazy stuff. But to me, the first base is the only one you need. Have one on it, on a line right there.
Mm-hmm.
And the only problem is if you give this much space, somebody's going to get a cleat or something stuck in there. So you almost need them touching.
Well, the other part is that the pitchers have to start running better routes from the pitcher's mound to first base.
To first base, and without crossing through, because they never do have that semicircle going back towards second. They're always going back toward right field or the bleachers. and that don't work. That does not work.
Right.
Yeah, and I tell you what, these guys at first base and guys at second base have got to learn how to lead the pitcher to the ball better and not throw them behind them so damn much or over their head because, yeah, I don't think they practice that enough.
They really make that look so easy. I tried doing that for my 1 year I played JV ball to try to underhand the pitcher cover. That is tough. Like, because I don't like, I'm trying not to, throw it so low they can't get it. I'm not trying.
And I played second base. I played second base a lot, especially in minor league, little leagues, and Morris Eames League is what they called it. And even playing second, if your first baseman dives for the ball, you still got to throw it and lead the pitcher. And I was always told, try to run as much as you can toward first and then underhand it, but leave it on the line. Don't wobble it. Don't make it look like don't make it look like a softball pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Give him a straight line with the ball and run that way, and he can kind of decide where he's got to go.
Yeah, my problem was that I had too much speed to play first base.
Really?
I was a big target, but I said speed overruled, so they had me play the outfield. I was either...
You was real fast.
Yeah. I was usually right field.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't always that way. I was either first base, second, or short when I was real younger, and then when I turned 12, they sent me the outfield.
I got you. Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, I played first and caught.
I had an excuse being left-handed. Catching. They didn't have any left-handed catchers.
Only thing is, I was kind of tall for being a catcher, though.
Really?
I'm like 6'3",
Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't have caught. My brother growing up, he's 6'4", 6'5" now. He was a catcher growing up, but that was long before he turned 6 foot tall. He was in he was in middle school and stuff.
Now, when we played baseball, when we didn't have enough for a full field, like a half a field, like a pickup game, I used to play third. I used to play third base.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I was always saying that my one regret was that I could never get enough velocity on the ball to be a left-handed specialist. Could have made a living in Major League Baseball being left-handed, semi-tall, and
wow. Okay, Phillies have opened it up to 8-0 now over the Braves.
It's still 1-0.
Only bottom of the fifth. 8-0, bottom of the fifth.
Wow.
And this game started at 7:05. They've
been playing. Kidding me?
Now, 2 hours, 10 minutes, bottom of the fifth.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Good gravy.
So we're talking an 11 o'clock game tonight, guys. And I tell you
why. They are the Red Sox and the Yankees?
Well, I'll tell you why they do it. They back out of the box more than any games I've ever seen. Pitchers get off and mound more than I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
it's going to affect these teams next year when they play each other.
Yeah.
Because you can't have this.
Didn't they have a rule a few years ago that the batter had to stay in the batting box between pitches?
The batter had to stay in the batter's box, and that lasted about – it was an unofficial rule is what they called it. Unofficial. They had went to the Players Association. The Players Association, half of them liked it, half of them didn't like it. Which ones liked it? The pitchers loved it. Which ones didn't like it? The batters didn't like it. So now next year what's happening is this. You're limited, I think, in a game of how many times you can call timeout. I kind of like that and kind of don't like it. I'll tell you why. If you're ever in a ballpark that has a bunch of gnats and bugs and shit like it flying in your eyes and face, you don't want to be calling timeout, backing out when somebody's throwing that ball 100 miles an hour. You just do not want that.
Yeah.
You don't want that. Now, this is what I think should happen. Limit how many times they can call timeout, maybe in a series. But those bugs and stuff like that. They're problems sometimes, and the umpire has to use his discretion.
Yeah.
Sometimes common sense has to overrule the big rule out there. I'm sorry if you're behind the plate and you've seen a bunch of moths flying around right there. All of a sudden, the batter says time. You got to award him time. If a catcher says time, you got to award him time because it's just nature type stuff. It's just nature type stuff. Now you hope that the ballparks would spray down stuff for.
I'm sorry.
How you feeling, Tim?
Oh no, I've almost skipped a beat when I saw Naylor getting his hand worked on.
Oh,
trying to steal on a double steal, almost double steal.
Uh-huh.
So I guess a stolen base for Naylor, and then Rosario scores on an error.
Well, the Orioles just scored another run. It's 2-0 in the seventh.
2-0 in the seventh. Okay. Are they in Baltimore?
In Baltimore, yeah.
Yeah. I know Phillies Sunday is it for them at home. They're done at home Sunday. Then they've got let's see, who have they got next week? Hold on, I'll tell you.
Let's see who all we got in the chat here. Well,
oh yeah, say hi.
Yeah, just Dwayne, Ken, and Nance.
We got the Cubs. We got to go see the Cubs 3 times. Then we've got Washington Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for 4. We got a doubleheader on Saturday. Then we're going to Houston for 3. That's not an easy last 10 games.
No.
3 at the Cubs, 4 at Washington, which Friday, 2 on Saturday, and 1 on Sunday. No Monday off. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday being at Houston, straight from Washington.
It's now 4-0.
4-0. Oh, okay. So, they got Fan Appreciation Day Sunday, and Giant Family Night, Fleece Blanket Night tomorrow night, and then today, Cancer Awareness Night. So I don't know what that Nemours or something. Probably give them a hat or something. I don't know.
Well, this weekend is the fan appreciation for the Orioles. Last night they gave out the Henderson shirts.
Okay.
And they're giving out hats or something over the weekend.
I know. Pittsburgh's got something going on because we bought tickets year before last. I think when the COVID really was affecting the ball games. It may have been last year. I want to say 2020 though. And we had some for 2 or 3 games. We didn't bought tickets ahead of time. And so we get something all the time about them. They got a Doug Drabeck bobblehead, Cy Young bobblehead they're going to give away Sunday, I think. Go for it, Tim.
Also, I guess September 30th, I believe they're doing their Roberto Clemente Day because that's the 50th anniversary of his 3,000th hit.
Oh, okay. Virginia puts one on the board, Larry Harris says. Syracuse 16, Virginia 7. I definitely don't like Virginia in this ballgame. I don't think they're going to come back and win this game. I do not like their chances. Larry, how you doing? We need to have Larry in here. Larry's never been with us before.
Huh.
Not on camera,
Larry.
no.
Huh?
Not on camera.
No. That's what we need. Larry Harris to come in here a Friday evening, a nice slow evening.
I'm surprised Larry's not at a high school football game. He goes to a few in his area.
I think he's got a son that has a son that plays college in Ohio.
Larry Harris?
I want to say so.
Okay.
I think so.
I know. What was it? John Wise had his kid play at D3 school? Because
no, John doesn't have a kid.
John, which one had the kid that had their first game at Baldwin Wallace?
Was that Larry?
No, I don't think so. Let me see if I could.
I wish I remember. John doesn't have any kids.
John doesn't have any kids. Okay.
Yeah. That's what I would spice the channel up a little bit too. We need somebody new. Bob's been on here with us a couple months now.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Bob's been rocking.
Well, it's also Friday night, so a lot of people got a lot of stuff to do. So
yeah. I think it's very cool though if they're able to come in here and join with us. It's awesome.
Where's
where's
he been at?
Oh,
Travis.
In fact, Larry will be going to bed soon as I get to go to work at 6 a.m. I have no son. Up until COVID, I went to a game every Friday night. Oh, okay. Larry doesn't have a son. No. He's got to work tomorrow, so he does not want to join us. He's got better things to do. I got better things to do. Country
I'm surprised that Dwayne hasn't popped in.
I invited Dwayne. Yeah. Anybody know that song? I got better things to do. Yeah, that's a country music song. Young lady sang it a few years ago. But yeah, we enjoy people to come on here. That's one thing I do. I really, really enjoy folks that like to come on. That's the cool part. If you really like coming on here, I don't want to force anybody.
So there's also another game going on right now. Not top 25, of course. Nevada is up Nevada's trailing 17-7 to Air Force.
Wow.
2.5 minutes left in the second quarter.
Did we take that? Did we do that game?
We did not do that one.
No, we didn't do that one, no.
Yeah, we did the Pitt Rhode Island game. Bob gave up 41. Maybe some Tuesday I'll join for the picks. Yeah, Larry. All I have to do is have your email address. That's all I got to do is have your email address. That's all.
The thing is, I think now that conference play has started, it'll probably be until when the SEC plays their cupcake game late in the season that we won't be bidding anytime soon. Unless they got them all out of the way.
Larry can definitely join us. That'd be cool. That's what I want. I would love. Okay. I probably already have it. Let me write it down.
Yes. And for those of us that are in a separate continent, or possibly, I doubt anybody here watches Aussie Rules football, tonight is their quote-unquote Super Bowl, or they call it the grand final.
Oh, really?
Yes. Well, technically, it's the first
is that out of Australia?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Since technically it's their first day of spring, because
has anybody been watching the President's Cup?
Nope.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're being killed. I mean, we're killing them right now.
8-2.
8-2.
8-2. And there's 10 more matches tomorrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. 8 matches tomorrow.
8 matches.
4 in the morning, 4 in the evening. And if we get 7 points out of those 8,
it's over.
We don't even have to play on Sunday. It's 12 singles Sunday. It's crazy. Larry, you can erase that if you care to. You can go over to the right and hit those 3 dots next to the star. Then it'll say erase. You can just do that. You can hit the erase if you care to.
Yeah.
So sometimes YouTube takes care of that. Yeah. Sometimes YouTube takes care of it, but if you care to do it, you can. That way, nobody else on a replay. If somebody wants to come back and watch a replay of it, it never comes back up, which is cool as everything. That's a cool thing. If you want to watch, the comments being said during the time we're talking, that doesn't show up again if you erase it. Did you know that, Bob?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So, can you see the comments right now that's being?
Yeah, I can see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to join.
That's there you got message refracted. Cool. Okay.
That'd be real cool. Who's that lives in Ohio And he was talking about his son plays ball in college, and he knows a lot of different people and all. Columbus and Cincinnati. I forgot who. Man, we get so many folks in here, and then the thing is, it's easier for me to remember faces.
Right.
And oh boy. Okay. All right. I got to bring this up before we go any further. Okay. I got lit up like a candle on here the other night. I mean, this one person sent me like a 30-sentence thing after coming on here talking about Herm Edwards. Mm-hmm. Remember what you're talking about, but I cannot remember, says Larry. Rob, why do you talk about Herm Edwards, but you don't talk about the white coaches? I'm sorry. Think about it. Who was the one coach that I said, okay, I was making comparisons to the whole night? Joe Paterno and Herm Edwards. I said, look, that was the one coach that the president and the president said, you're not getting next to these players anymore. It was it. And that's what they did with him Saturday night when they went out there on the field and said, no. We've got your stuff packed away, and they had it in the hallway. They had his shit in the hallway, folks. They would not let him get near them players. We don't know what it's about. We don't know. We still left up in the air. But that's not a racist thing. Whatever he did, he got fired. Whatever he did, he got fired. And I reported it. I told people what happened. That's it. That's it. Nothing more to it than that. Scott Frost. Do you remember 2 weeks ago, folks? That Sunday morning, I came on here and I said Scott Frost is on his way into the what do you call it? What do you call it? Person.
The AD's office. Yeah.
Yeah, the AD's office. And he went in there at noon time and met the AD. 1 o'clock, he didn't have a job. I reported it. I had somebody. I was watching a Nebraska TV telecast, and they were showing him marching his ass in there with a necktie on. I didn't see him walk out. They didn't show him walking out, but he walked out, I'm sure, some way or another. But he was no longer Nebraska coach. So anybody that, if you want to flip a script on me, all you got to do is go back and watch a little bit of the telecast. Don't watch just the last 5 minutes. Watch it all, please. If you're going to blame me on something, at least do that for me. Appreciate
it. Did you hear that the Celtics coach was suspended for a year?
I did. And it was over him messing with women.
Yeah.
He was messing with some of the women on his staff.
Yeah.
How does he keep his job? How do you keep your job? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Brad Stevens should be looking for a new job now.
Well, no, it's not Brad Stevens.
Well, I'm saying Brad Stevens should be looking for somebody else for that job now. He's the president. He's
that's right. Okay. Yes, he should.
He should be looking for somebody to hire. He should hire somebody else.
Well, they're going to try to repair the relationship. I doubt it's going to happen. But no, yeah. I'll throw this out there that I saw about Arizona State. The headline says things were apparently so bad at Arizona State that staffers were leaking intel to opponents to get Herm Edwards fired.
I have heard 50 different stories. I've heard people say that there were actually people going to Herm Edwards' house, actually going to his house during the week that had something to do with the school and putting microphones in his house. Now, I don't know if that happened. I don't know whether it happened or not. All I know is this. If that is the case, This is not all on Herm Edwards. This is not just a Herm Edwards thing. You need to start cleaning out the whole trash dump. You need to start from inside and work out.
Stop.
If you got people putting cameras and microphones in people's houses, something's wrong. Something's wrong. You put a camera or a microphone in my house, right? You plant one in my house. You look for me to plant something upside your face, and it might be the side of a damn piece of wood. I'm sorry. Damn right. I'm sorry. I got enough cameras here. I got enough already. I don't need any more. I don't need to get in any trouble. Mm-hmm. Larry Harris is keeping us up to date. 16-13. Syracuse is on top. I would say they probably went for 1 point. They should make it 16-14. So Virginia is playing. Brennan Armstrong. I even posted something and said he's not even as good as Brad Johnson's boy.
Yeah, we'll see. But well, Virginia is holding Syracuse to 9 total yards in the third quarter. That helps.
It does. It does. How many offensive plays have they had either?
That's a good question.
They must not have any first downs. So
no, probably not.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
By the way, the Bills are also down 4 starters for Sunday.
I know it. 3 of them's defense. I don't know. Maybe all 4.
No, all 4 defensive starters.
Yeah, I know they got 2 defensive backs out.
Yeah, Poyer and Micah Hyde and
Hyde. Jackson. Yeah, but they're saying Hyde may be back. This is coming up week 3, week 5. I think he said he could be back. So yeah, it was a stinger for one of them, and then Hyde actually was in the hospital. Right. And I think he's moving around okay now. Just, anytime, number one, you get a stinger, the first thing you got to be thinking about is, does this person maybe also have a concussion, which could happen. Concussion nowadays, they watch that closer than they do if somebody, I don't know. That's really something close they watch. Mm-hmm. They'll let you play with a broken arm or hand or anything like that before they let you play with a concussion. That's just the way it is. That brain stuff. That's something they don't let that slide no more. Larry says, I dislike when people read into things that think it is racist when it's not the intent. Yeah, I don't like it either. Good night there, Larry. I do appreciate you coming back.
Thank you, Larry.
16-13 or 16-14 now, Tim?
16-13.
13. Okay, so they must have went for 2. Or they may have missed extra point.
Oh, so we got a Virginia player that might be out for targeting.
Oh, wow. What number?
Number 6.
Oh, okay.
Nick Jackson.
Yeah, one of the young bucks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That he's. I swear, do they not teach the see what you hit anymore?
Yeah. What's up, Keith?
God.
Keith, we sent Keith an invitation too.
Oh, he knew as soon as he dropped his head, he's like, "Oh crap, I'm done."
Did they kick him?
Not yet. Of course, they always review it to make sure that.
You say he's done.
Yeah, he definitely lowered the head. I'm like, I have seen that more this year than I have in any years I've ever watched football. Like
college has been bad this year.
Yeah. See what you hit.
Yeah.
And like
same way with blocking. If you can read their name, you do not hit their jersey. If you can read their name, if you can read the front of their shirt, you're fine. If all you can see is the side of their arms, make sure you lead with the arm that's touching their front, not their back. And you may not get that call if you come side to side on them. Mm-hmm. But if you can read the name on their back or their number on their back, do not touch them. Don't even come close to them. It's beyond me. It really is. It's crazy stuff. Week 5 coming up for me. Got some good games coming up week 5. Penn State, Ohio State on Fast Drive. Oregon, Alabama. Hey, we got Keith coming in now. That's cool. On Fast Drive.
Hey, guys.
What's up, Keith? Keith got him a pizza there, it looks like.
Oh, I got to shut off the YouTube. Hey, guys.
That's cool. Iowa at Purdue.
Just a second. I'll get YouTube shut off.
I got you. NC State at Baylor.
Where's that second button? Right there. Sorry
Texas
about that.
A&M at BYU. Clemson at Cincinnati. That should be a good game.
Yeah.
Minnesota, Ole Miss. So we'll see. Arkansas at Pitt. Like I said, Oregon and Alabama really should be a good game. Really should. Oklahoma State, Iowa State should be a good game. So that'll be week 5.
Oh, for your Fast Drive?
Yeah.
Okay.
Utah at Kentucky. That'll be another one. But I played that 83 Redskins. You was watching that, weren't you, Keith?
Yeah.
Yeah, 83 Redskins against the 07 Patriots. Actually, it was a closer game than I thought it was going to be. It was 37-31 in the 4th. And then they got a touchdown right there at the end. They got one on a play after Washington went for 4th down.
Yeah.
And it was just icing on the cake. 44 points on a Fast Drive game, though, just tells me it's tough. It's tough to stop that team. You got to have somebody with a staunch defense and 2 or 3 other defensive things. Alabama, when we play Alabama and Ohio State, if they get to play each other, I think that's going to be a real good game. I really do. I think it will be.
Tim, what are you watching this evening? Football?
I'm flipping between football and Guardians and CFL.
Yeah. Syracuse 16, Virginia 13, and Syracuse was up 16-3 at half. 16-0. No, 16-0 at half. It was shut out at halftime. So.
Do you think there's going to be any surprising managerial fires in the MLB?
Surprising? I don't know about surprising.
I mean, it wouldn't like Boston wouldn't fire Cora or anything, right?
How many has it been all year? 2?
No. Madden.
Right. And then Girardi.
And then I think there was 4 because I think let me pull up the baseball firings this year.
You don't think the Red Sox would fire Cora or anything, do you, after a bad year?
Yeah. They sold half their team, and then, look, like I say.
Yeah.
4. Girardi, Madden, and then Montoyo for the Blue Jays, and Chris Woodward from the Rangers.
That's right.
Now, do you all right, so the Arizona manager, how long has he been there?
Is this just his
second? Actually, I think they've had a better year this year than expected.
Is it Lavulo or something like that?
Do what?
Is his name Lavulo?
Lavolo, yeah. Torey Lavolo, yeah.
Torey Lavolo. This is his 3rd, 4th year. But they are almost 500.
Yeah, so he wouldn't fire them.
They won't get rid of him.
Is Dave Martinez on the hot seat?
I wouldn't think so. They just won a World Series 3 years ago.
Well, that doesn't stop the Royals from firing Dayton Moore.
Yeah. I don't think they'll fire him. I don't think they will.
No.
I think Cora's fine.
LaRussa?
Hey,
yeah.
how about Minnesota? How about Minnesota's score?
Ooh. Yeah, they've been very up and down.
They're expected to be in the playoffs. They spent a lot of money. Tampa went and spent a little bit.
They'll make the playoffs. I think they're okay for.
All right.
Wow. I mean, I don't know what you do with with Oakland.
No, they really, really have disappointed. And then the guy that took Madden's place ain't done nothing. He's done.
Yeah, Phil Nevin. Yeah,
he's done nothing.
I think that's the interim tag, and he'll go back to being a bench coach somewhere.
Probably. Colorado. Do they get rid of theirs? I mean, Cubs.
Oh.
Cubs. Do they get rid of
interception? Virginia.
No, I don't think the Cubs will get rid of Ross. I think
probably not.
I think they really like Ross.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, they could definitely get. Well,
be right back.
Yeah, and then then what happens? Maybe if Aaron Boone doesn't get out of the first round,
that's the same thing with Dave Roberts this year. If Dodgers don't make it out of round one, Dave Roberts is probably gone.
Really?
He really is. Dave Roberts is probably fired. I think so. They were pissed last year.
I don't know about that, but
they were pissed last year that they didn't win it.
Yeah,
they got a lot of money tied up in these dudes.
That was in the
league. I wonder if like a Don Mattingly. Well, who's the Marlins manager?
Mattingly. He could definitely get it, but he wants another job anyway. He's been saying that he would like to go out west. How about San Diego's job? Shit, they may not even make a playoffs with that team.
Well, Bob Melvin was highly regarded when he was at Oakland.
That's his first year, though.
But I tell you what, you're not guaranteed nothing. And look, I mean, they've got the third highest payroll. Job. They got the third highest payroll. I think he's done a shit job. They should win 95 games.
Yeah, and Soto's been a complete disappointment for that team.
Yeah, they've and Soto's not. Who'd you say was?
Soto was big disappointment for that team.
Yeah, Soto got booed off the field. Soto got booed off the field the other night.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hit that ball. It looked like it went. I mean, my God, it looked like a.
I didn't see him get booed off the field, but I know he's been a disappointment.
Like a monumental home run. And what happened? All it did is just fade and hit right off the top of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And he almost got thrown out at first. I mean, you cannot have. He was flipping the bat and doing all this garbage and shit. And I'm thinking to myself, that's a good way. If you were in Philly, people would be throwing beer at your ass. Yeah, you dummy. It's crazy, man. You cannot do stuff like that.
So Virginia had that interception overturned, and so Syracuse kicks a field goal to make it 19-13.
19-13. All right. And
I think the Brewers kind of underachieved this year, but I don't think he's
big time.
Big time. Yeah. That pitching staff and Yelich has not had a Yelich year.
No. Christian
Willie Adonis, though, has had a tremendous year for them.
Yeah. And their pitchers, Burns and I mean, don't get me wrong. They've pitched well, but they're not tagging at 20 wins. And I mean, you look at what they normally do, and then look what they've done this year. They haven't pitched as well.
And besides the fact they also traded Hader,
Yeah, that was a stupid move. I didn't understand that move from the start.
I think they either didn't want to pay him or saw that his value was decreasing a lot. So, all right, I'll be back in a second. I'm going to get something to eat.
I got you.
And then maybe they just felt it wasn't going to happen this year anyway, so just get something for them.
Well, the problem is, it's you don't get a guy that can save 40 games just anywhere. That don't happen. You look around the league, you may have 2, 3, 40 save guys. That's it. It's just the way it works. And
where'd they trade him to?
Huh?
Where'd they trade him to?
California, somewhere in California. Was it the Angels?
I don't know.
What's up, Clinton? You know what? I believe they
wasn't the Padres.
Padres, and then the Padres got rid of their closer. Hader, he went to the Padres. Hader went to the Padres, and he's not been the same pitcher out there.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like to me they got to have some sort of regime change. They got to do something. They really do. I don't know, but I don't know how many. Don't know how many teams are going to fire their managers this year. But if they don't, there's going to be some that start in the hot seat next year. Padres, if they don't fire the guy this year, let's say they don't, and next year in the first 50 games they go 20-30, they got to get rid of him. Yep. They got to get rid of him.
So days of 20-game winners are gone. However, your possible last chance at 300 is Justin Verlander.
Yeah.
And that's if he goes another 4 years.
What was he got now? 258? Something like that?
He's in the 240s, I think. Let me take a look at Verlander career wins.
If he's in 240s, he's got to go 4 more years.
Yeah, I guess Scherzer and Kershaw aren't anywhere up near that, huh?
Yeah. Let's see here. Kershaw has over 2, but I don't think he's got maybe 215, 212.
243 for Verlander.
243. Check Kershaw out. 212, 214 maybe, and he's hurt. He stays hurt.
Yeah.
That's his problem now.
194.
How many?
194.
Yeah, we have 200. Okay, so no way.
I mean, if pitchers would go into this.
Verlander, how old's Verlander? He's got to be
39, I think.
39 or 40. He ain't gonna hit 300. There's no way he's gonna get 300.
He's 39. He'll be 40 before the next season starts.
Yeah. And you said 246. He'd have to get 50.
243.
243. He's got to get 57 more.
Yep.
I don't think he can do it. Keith?
Yeah, I doubt it.
No, I doubt
it. But if he wins 250, let's say he wins 250 games, can he go to the Hall of Fame with that?
You talking about Kershaw?
No.
With Verlander? Yeah.
Oh, Verlander.
Yeah.
I think Verlander's had a better career than Kershaw.
I mean, he's also got a couple no-hitters to his name. He's got a couple
Kershaw's got a no-hitter too, though, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which one's had a better career? I think Verlander.
He just hasn't been on good teams, that's all.
Verlander the last few years has been on one right there in Houston. It's been good.
Yeah, but before that, he really wasn't on.
Right. In Detroit, he was raised in trash and stayed in trash. You're right. Yeah. But I think Verlander's been a better pitcher than Kershaw over career. That's just my thoughts. Don't forget this other guy, the Mets pitcher. Oh, yeah, I guess he's talking about
Scherzer.
Scherzer, how many wins has he got? Yeah, Mad Max doesn't have near 245, I don't think. I don't think he has near that many.
He just got win 200.
Yeah, he's got another 100. And what is he, 38, 37? He's got to be close to that. I think he's 37.
Just turned 38 in July.
38. All right. He's 38 right now. Well, okay. Another 100 ain't happening. Another 100 ain't happening. Because he's had injuries and stuff. What did you say, Bob?
Said Kramer just pitched a complete game for the Orioles' third straight shutout.
Wow.
Nice.
Really?
See, complete game baseball is still alive.
Yeah.
That's a Glen Park special there.
2-0. 2-0.
6-0.
6-0. And how many pitches did he go?
Probably up around 9, near 100, I think.
Right around 100.
Hey, Rob, how many wins in his career would you guess Bartolo Colon has?
Bartolo Colon. He's retired now, though, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
197.
No, it's higher than that.
210.
Higher.
230.
Higher.
250.
250.
Just under that.
245.
Higher.
248.
Lower.
247.
Yeah.
247. What's his earned run average?
4.12.
All right, now let's ask that. 247 wins, 4.12 earned run average. Hall of Famer, yes or no?
No. How many losses do you think he has?
Wow. 160.
More than that.
I'd probably say 220.
200 losses.
No, less than 200.
195.
Less.
180.
More.
190.
Less.
188.
Yep.
242 and 188.
247 and 188.
247, 188, and you said a 4.12.
Yeah.
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. Keith? Bob?
He did it for a long time.
I don't think so.
That's
Not,
the problem.
Not with that ERA.
Nah, I don't think so either.
By the way, 106 pitches for
106 pitches
Mr.
for the
Kramer tonight for the Orioles in a complete game, 4 hitters.
It was 106.
Yeah.
106.
So Clinton Parks also says no Hall of Fame. Check. Kenley Jansen. Kenley Jansen. Look, see how many saves. Look at his all-time records there. See what he's got going on. He's been doing it a while. Kenley Jansen.
Go watch some of his footage of him in Little League. He was a catcher.
They said he was the only catcher that in Little League could set on his rear end and throw him out at first. I mean, throw him out at second. How about that?
How many saves do you guess he's got?
How many saves in his career?
Yeah.
215.
No, more than that.
255.
Higher.
275.
Higher.
300.
Higher.
320.
Higher.
340.
Higher.
375.
Higher.
400 saves.
No, less than that.
390.
Less.
383.
Higher.
384 then.
Higher.
385.
Higher.
Okay, I thought I said 85. 387.
Lower. You know what it is now.
386 saves. Whoa. Does it show how many blown saves he's got?
I don't see that.
386. What's his earned run average?
Let's see. ERA
3.47. What is it?
2.47.
2.47. That's a first ballot Hall of Famer right there.
Well, the problem is Craig Kimbrell has more career saves than Kenley Jansen does.
Has he got 400 saves?
No, he does not. However, Kenley Jansen is only he's 5 saves away from passing Dennis Eckersley.
Yeah, Eckersley's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it helps when you win a Hall of Fame and a Cy Young in the same season. Or an MVP and a Cy Young in the same season.
And the thing is, he was a starting pitcher, went to same thing as Smoltz.
John Smoltz.
Same thing. John Smoltz did that, went from being a starter to a reliever. Mm-hmm. But I mean, look at some of the guys. Look at some of the guys that's in the Hall of Fame. Quisenberry's in the Hall of Fame, right?
No.
The only 2 closers that I know of that are in the Hall, 3 of them.
How about the guy from the Cubs? That was a
Smith? Yes.
Suter.
Oh, Suter. Oh, yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame.
Suter's in, yeah.
Check out Bruce Suter. Does
Raleigh Fingers.
Raleigh Fingers.
Yeah,
is he down?
I believe he's but I think of Finger is
How
more
about
of
Lee
a starter.
Smith? Is Lee Smith in there?
Yes.
And Smoltz, technically, I mean, but he was a starter.
Who's got the most saves? Who's got the most saves that's in the Hall of Fame? Nobody's got 400. Nobody's got 400.
Yeah. Oh, Mario Rivera has 600.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. He's got 600 saves.
And so does Trevor Hoffman.
Okay. 600 saves. Wow, that's nuts.
Yeah.
Wow, that's nuts. Is Kenley Jansen a Hall of Famer?
That's tough.
How old is he? Let's ask that question too.
I think
he's got to be 33, 34 years old at least.
34. He's 34. He does this another 4 or 5 years.
If he does this another 5 years and gets 20 a year and goes over 400 and keeps
that 500 saves, that put him third all time. I definitely put him in the Hall of Fame.
All right, let's just stop it right here. Let's say he gets 440. He stops his career, 440 career saves, 2.6 earned run average. I say he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Keith.
Yeah.
What do you think, Bob?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Well,
Clint Parks needs about 3 more years at 30.
30
I don't know if he's going to get 30, but he can get 20, 25 more, and it really.
If he gets 90 more saves, that puts him. If he could pass Lee Smith,
yeah,
I think that would definitely do it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He's not always a closer. A lot of these guys nowadays, closer tonight, tomorrow night, he'll be a setup guy. That's just the way they do them now. It's crazy.
And then you get like Emmanuel Clase, who if they can't go more than 2 or 3 days in a row, and then you throw the other guy out there.
Yep, you're right. What position player right now? What position player right now retires tomorrow?
That's already not announced their retirement.
Other than Pujols
and Yadier Molina.
Yep.
And allegedly, Miggy is going to retire after next year. Allegedly.
Let's say the kid from New York decided this year this is it.
Nope.
Outfielder. See a
not Aaron Judge. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
How many home runs has he got? 300. He's got more than 3.
His career. Oh yeah, but he's been injured a lot, hasn't he? In his career. No,
can you keep him out?
He's got to play more years.
Can you keep?
He's only got 218 homers.
218. How old is he though? He's
30.
not even 30. He is 30.
30.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that wouldn't be enough. Then, even with a 60 home run season, I
agree. And career 284. That's not terrible, but it's not.
No. Nowadays, it's great.
Oh, what did I see that?
Here's my other cat that you never see.
Let's see here. Did I read that like the MLB average this year is like 243?
It's under 250 for the first time in like 30, 40, maybe 47 years or some shit.
So it's like 72 or 73 or
like 76, 75 or some shit like that.
Yeah, it'd be like the 4th or 5th lowest in MLB history. It's just, you don't teach them, hit them where they ain't,
Yeah.
Can't help you there.
Right. And I know what Keith's going to say. What do you guys think about that? About the defensive, not be able to set your defense the way you want to set them? Tim?
I mean, you can get 2 on both sides, and then they got to be. No offense, if you're playing that far back,
they got to be in the dirt. Got to be in the dirt.
And then you got to have 2 people on each side.
Now you can bring an outfielder in there. You can bring an outfielder to play. Yeah, you can do that.
Can.
You can bring an outfielder in to play the infield. They don't care about that.
Right.
But you cannot bring a shortstop over to play short field short right field. They can't do that anymore.
Yeah, some teams would take the third baseman and put him between the first and second.
And you can't do that.
Yeah, no.
You cannot do that. Now, I don't know the rules of this, and this would be pretty good if you did want to find it out. Let's say, for instance, let's just talk about the Atlanta Braves. Austin Riley plays third base. Could they, if, let's say they wanted to go to 5 infielders, could they bring Ronald Acuna Jr. in and play third base right there and move Austin Riley between second and first and 5 feet out in the grass? Can they do that? I don't know.
I'm sure they'll have a big Q&A session.
Yeah. I don't know if you can do that or not. And play 3 infielders on a side that you know, or at least you would think they're going to hit the ball. They're going to try every way possible to try to break these rules.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to do every way they possibly can. They're going to tell the pitcher to wind up longer, because once he gets in his wind up, they can run where they want to. He don't have to turn the ball loose.
Right.
Once he starts his wind up, the way I understand, they can cross. Shit, it gives you 10 steps right there with some of them.
Did you say that there's a limit on how many times a pitcher can throw over to first base?
3 or 4. That's it. I hate that shit. That's bullshit. And we were talking about the clock earlier. When the night that me and you went to the ball game, that game was over with before 9 o'clock.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes.
Huh?
Peter.
2 hours and 12 or 2 hours and 14 minutes or some shit. Like, it didn't last. It was, Keith will tell you.
Peter.
Huh?
He's talking to one of his pets.
Oh. Keith will tell you, it was still light of day halfway home for us, and it was 25 miles away from home. And we were driving home in light. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It was crazy.
It was getting kind of dark, though, because that was the night that skateboarder was out in front of you, wasn't it?
Oh, that's right. So
I didn't know if you saw him, and I was like,
when we were leaving town, it was getting that time of the evening you couldn't see real well. Yeah. That dusky shit. Yeah. It was getting darker. You're right.
Yeah, that was the night we spent like $121.
Lynchburg did not win. They did not win the title. They lost.
No, they were under 500.
No.
They got eliminated in the first round. I just saw their.
No, Lynchburg they made it to the championship round. Lynchburg Hillcats made it, but they got swept 2-0 in the championship round. And they only played 3 games. So it's stupid. Stupid, man. That's stupid.
Right.
But they got beat one night 7-5. Next night like 6-4. Yeah. Myrtle Beach or something beat them, I think. Charleston. Huh?
I can pull up the email. I get the farm report from.
Yeah. They made it to the Carolina League Championship. They beat Fredericksburg. Fredericksburg Nationals. They beat the Nationals.
That was Class A ball?
Yeah. They beat them in the first round. Then they ended up playing Charleston, something other there. The Crabs or some shit. And they ended up losing to them 2 games. They lost to them Monday and Tuesday. 7-5 and 6-3 or 6-4. The first game was in Charleston. Right. The second game was in Lynchburg. And if they had won the second game in Lynchburg, they'd already been announcing that they would be playing a championship game. And we were, they were going to give some tickets away around here and stuff.
Yeah, I think that they might. White Sox fire Tony La Russa.
I can't see La Russa. And plus, La Russa's not even been managing half of the second half.
Yep, that's a good way to do it.
Clinton Park says, I go to MILB.com for the minors. Yeah, Salem was playing great. The Salem Red Sox, they were playing great early on in the season. They won 10, 11 straight. They beat the crap out of Lynchburg when Lynchburg came up there. I want to say they beat them 5 in a row. because you play them for a whole week. But it was like his skids just fell off of that team, and then all of a sudden went straight downhill. Lynchburg brought somebody up from rookie ball. It was an outfielder they brought up from rookie ball, and they had good pitching all year long. I'll say that about the Cleveland single A team. They had good pitching, and timely hitting when they needed it. They did do that. They had good waitresses. But they charged a little more than they should have.
There's sometimes watching a baseball game and watching pitchers and how hard the ball gets thrown and how fast it just seems like it would almost be impossible to hit a ball. Especially when he can throw different kinds of pitches.
I think Alex is the one that has the. Does Alex have the kid that plays D3 football?
No, Alex is a kid. Alex is a young man himself.
Oh,
yeah. Who is that Keith that has a young son up in Ohio and plays football? He's talking about his son plays college football. It's not Larry.
It's a nephew or something, isn't it?
Huh?
Yeah, or it could be like nephew or a son. Yeah, we're trying to figure that out.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out who it was.
Some school in Texas or something, wasn't it?
Or that was Michael talking about somebody that like he has a nephew or something.
No, this person's right there around Cincinnati area. It was talking like he lived around Akron or Columbus.
Todd B, is it?
Huh?
No, Todd B lives in the Canton area.
No.
Anyway, let's.
I haven't seen him for a while.
No, I forgot who. But it wasn't Larry. We asked Larry earlier, and he said, nope, no kids.
No kids for
Larry Harris. We're trying to get Larry to come in here with us. Trying to get him to come on with us. Yeah.
All right, guys, I think I'm going to tap out here.
Tapping out, Tim? All right.
Yeah.
All right, Tim.
Yeah, I may head up
Good to see you, Tim. Have a good evening.
Hey, what inning is the Phillies in? All right, how about this? Top of the 8th, and the game started.
Still playing?
8-1, 9-1, 9-1 Phillies.
Can you rearrange the cameras so it's not cutting my face?
I can't move your camera. You got to move your camera.
You can't change the pictures. Those are like rectangles.
No, it's catching whatever can catch of you. You got to move your camera now.
Hey, Rob.
I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah, but I could do that, but I couldn't have done it until you moved yourself right there. You can do that, and I don't know what this. I can do that.
No, it's equal sized.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
Do you have a special channel you pick the Phillies up on from there?
Yes. We got MLB extra endings, so we get them all.
Okay.
Yeah, we pay for that a month.
Oh, okay.
We pay $30 a month for that shit.
So, Rob, what did you think of Middleton with that woman that they got to move out by Monday?
No. Yeah. Monday, and that's it. Yeah.
And they don't have any money or anywhere to go.
But he told her 10 days ago. He had her in court 10 days ago, and said, 7 days ago, if they get what they're looking for, you're going to be gone. She was told in June to be gone, bruh. She was told in June, we don't want you back. She's been there 7 years, and they said the last time that they didn't have to beg for money from her was like 2014, 15. The first year she got there. They didn't have to beg for no money. Then after that, they've been knocking on her damn door, and they say that her son jumps out the window so they don't have to talk. He don't have to talk to him. That was a trip.
That was not a good move by her husband or whoever it was to not even be in the room. Just like he was in the bathroom.
Oh, well, did you hear what he said? What Judge Middleton said to her? She says he's asleep. And he said,
I thought this was the one that was in the bathroom.
Oh, I was a different person. Yeah. One of them said he's asleep.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, some people. Let's see, how'd he put it? I guess they have to pick the times when it's important to sleep or something. But man, he lights on people. He don't care. He don't give a damn what he has to say. He will say it.
Yeah.
Yeah. The other
he's actually pretty easy going on most people.
He's a real nice guy. He just takes zero shit. He takes zero bullshit.
Yeah.
And if you're not knowing who I'm talking about, folks, it's Judge Jeffrey Middleton. Just put Judge Middleton on your YouTube, and I'm gonna tell you right now, he's got a little bit of a ponytail. He's about 70 years old, gray hair, and the people that go into his courtroom, what us three right now are wearing is a lot nicer than most of these people go in there wearing. They wear hoodies and they wear put their glasses on their head. Some of them wear these shirts that look like sometimes it look like he just come out of a bar in a drinking contest, and I'm sure they got some holes in them, and they go into court that way. My wife looks at me and says, Rob, you going out to the grocery store with me, you're not wearing a shirt with a hole in it. Can you imagine if I went to court? Robert, you're going to wear a white shirt. Robert, you're going to wear a tie, and maybe you're even going to wear a damn jacket. It's our courtroom, you dumb bastards. Mm-hmm. Oh, it pisses me off so bad. See stupid asses coming there with hoodie on and all that shit, pulling it off a head. And, oh, my Lord. They come in there. One of them today, check out Keith right now. He's kind of laid back on the couch. Sir, could you set up on your couch? We're going to treat this as a courtroom instead of a lounge. He said that shit to him right there. Mm-hmm. Did you see here at Keith?
Yeah.
That was awesome. We're going to treat this as a courtroom, not a lounge. Boom. You just got smoked, jabroni. You just got smoked when that happens. Yep. But even though he jumps people's asses, or how about this? Hello, Mr. Thompson, and I do appreciate you coming in here to court with the right decorum and dress like you go into court. That ain't no free pass. The next sentence he might say, "Do you really believe you're gonna come into my court and do this?" He don't care. He don't give you a free pass if you wear a tie and stuff, but at least he will acknowledge you. I do appreciate you coming to court dressed appropriately. He'll say it. Mm-hmm. Because it happens so infrequently up there. I'm thinking people in Michigan, go to the Goodwill and get yourself a tie. Go to the Goodwill and get yourself a shirt. And if you have to go to court, wear it. Okay, now don't wear purple or pink. Wear red or wear yellow, a lighter color. No, they can't do that. But I love to watch them. I love to watch them. Syracuse leads Virginia 1913. 9 minutes left. Thank you, Alex. Who should be the top candidate for the Heisman Trophy so far? Oh, wow. I guess you got kind of like Stetson Bennett right now of Georgia. I guess you got to kind of like C.J. Stroud of Ohio State. But how about Williams of USC? What's his name? Caleb Williams.
The guy that transferred from Oklahoma.
Yeah. They have not lost yet. They haven't lost. I really don't know if there's anybody in the ACC. Maybe that quarterback from Wake. We'll see how they do against.
What does Miami have for a quarterback?
Miami lost a game too, though.
Did they?
Yeah, they lost to A&M last week.
Oh.
Yeah, they lost to A&M.
After A&M lost to.
No. A&M. Let's see what the score was. They lost to A&M.
Yeah, but A&M got upset by, was it Appalachian State or something?
Yeah. That happened a couple weeks before that. Yeah, they either lost to Appalachian State or Georgia Southern, one of the two. 17-9, A&M beat Miami last week.
Wow.
Yeah.
I lost that one.
Yeah.
I lost that one then.
I did too. Mike was the only one that got that right. Yeah.
That's why he beat us last week.
Yeah. and then I took a Florida game. I took a South Florida against Florida, and they almost upset them. Yeah. Michigan State lost to Washington. Arkansas slid by Missouri State. That was one of our bid games. I gave up 42 points in that game. They only won by 11. They didn't even score 42. 38-27. Texas Tech went to NC State and lost by 2 touchdowns. Wake Forest beat Liberty. Liberty went for the 2-point conversion with a minute left. Which top 25 team is on the highest upset alert this week? Oh, boy. Wake Forest. I don't see Bennett playing in the NFL either, but I know a lot of people like him. I still don't understand how A&M is favored against Arkansas this week. In Arlington, if they were at Kyle Field, they would be. I really like Arkansas in that game. I really do. I took Wisconsin. I probably messed up there against Ohio State. I don't think they win. Who else could lose? I mean, there's people that think Oregon State can beat USC. I'm not one of those people. But there are people that say the Beavers can beat USC at Beaver Stadium. I don't necessarily think so. Where's Iowa State and Baylor right now? Is either one of those two teams in the top 25? Because
I don't know.
Baylor at the start of the week was a 1-point favorite. Now Iowa State is as high as 4 in some places. It's crazy. Michigan State's at home against Minnesota. I don't know if they're still in the top 25. They could get beat. There's a few teams that could get
Iowa
beat.
State and who did you ask? Baylor? Baylor's 17.
Okay. Yeah, Iowa State may not be ranked.
They're not ranked.
And they're favored. And they're favored against Baylor in that game.
What in the world happened to the University of Colorado's football team?
Colorado in the last 30 years, or at least 25 years, have went through, 6 coaches. And the problem is they do not recruit smart. All right. What is Colorado got that other places do not have? Number one, they get snow, and they get some great wintertime weather. You do not go to Miami. You do not go to Florida and try to recruit for Colorado, dumbasses. If you're going to recruit for Colorado, go the places that have the mountains and has the cold weather. Go all over the Northeast. Go all over the Midwest. Grab a couple people from California.
Go where Boise State goes, and
Well, Boise State has one of the best athletic departments in the country. They have 3 football fields that they can practice on, and one of them serves as a backup field in case something ever happened to the other one. I mean, it holds another 30,000 people. They use it as a backup field. What you think of the Celtics head coach getting suspended for the whole upcoming season? They'll probably fire him. They're probably going to fire him.
It'd be hard to keep him. I mean, golly.
Yeah. Not basketball season. Kansas or Duke, 3-0, 3-0. Kansas is so much better than they've ever been. The Jayhawks in football are good.
Mm.
They're better than Kansas State. Unbelievable, but they are.
Colorado's been clobbered 3 times.
Colorado's been clobbered.
TCU blew them up 38-13. Air Force beat them 41-10.
Yep.
Minnesota beat them 49-7.
Yep. They've scored 30 points in 3 games. Most entertaining matchup for me this week. For me personally this week.
28-30.
I really like his Florida-Tennessee game. I really do. I don't think Florida. I think if one team blows the other team off the field, it's going to be Tennessee blows Florida off the field. But I don't think they can do it. I do not like that Richardson kid from Florida. I think they're going to have to go in the deep, really, really pick something deep and go to some other quarterback before it's over with. I don't know. Clemson, Wake Forest. I get that on ACC Network. That should be pretty good, too. Bills have 4 defensive starters out against the Dolphins. Yeah, I know that. They'll still beat them, I think. I think they still beat them. A linebacker, 2 linebackers, 2 defensive backs. I still
imagine the pressure that'd be on Harbaugh if Maryland could go in there and pull an upset.
He may not make it through the week. But I don't think it happens.
Oh, I don't either.
But he's been given a little more leash room. I think right now his brother is under more pressure than he is down in Baltimore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think his brother, if he trips over himself too many times in Baltimore, he could get fired.
Yeah, that wasn't a good loss.
No, you can't do that. Yeah, Georgia's favored by 44 over Kent State. I think the better question would be what minute of the game do they get ahead by 44? I mean, will it be the 30th minute, 35th, 40th minute? Kind of play it like you do the Premier League, where you count the minutes.
What's that? Okay, what are you talking about, Rob?
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Georgia and Kent State. Georgia's favored by 44 points.
Yeah.
I said, I think it's not when or if. I mean, it's not if, it's when. You just got to guess what minute of the game they're going to get ahead of them by 44 points. I think Virginia just took a lead, 20-19. They were down 16-0 at halftime.
That's up in the Carrier Dome too.
It is, and Virginia has only won 1 ball game. They're 1-2. They are not very good right now. Oh no, maybe they're 2-1. That's right. They won the second game last week against Old Dominion. I think they're 2-1. Yeah. Last night, Virginia Tech looked like they'd never seen a football in their life. They were scared of it and ran the other way. West Virginia just buried their asses in Blacksburg. That was just, if you didn't see that game, you need to look at a little bit of it. Man, oh man. Their quarterback is awful. George Wells. Which teams do you guys think makes the World Series right now? Alex says the Astros and Dodgers. I don't like the Dodgers' chances right now. Dodgers have too many injuries. The Yankees are coming around. If I've got to say it, I'm going to call it a New York Series. Yankees Mets right now. Right now, I would say that. A month ago, I would have probably
think that's going to be the World Series.
A month ago, I probably would have.
I don't know. I think the Astros are still a good bet too.
A month ago, I probably would have said Astros Braves. Astros Braves. I still think the Braves are every bit as good as the Dodgers. I think the Braves can beat the Dodgers. They gotta have all their players though. They got to get Albies back. They've got to get Acuna Jr. Mets and Yanks. I think it could be them. And right now, Keith, who you like? You like Astros, Dodgers?
I don't know about the Dodgers, but I do like the Astros. And,
yeah, a month ago, I would have gave you I probably would have told you Astros, Braves.
Yeah, that's probably still where I would lean.
Yeah. But right now, I like the Mets. I like the way the Mets are playing. The Mets are not playing bad ball. Keith has it going on. Nothing much more satisfying than laying down with the comforting, warm voice of Rob, warm in the soul like a cup of cocoa.
Yeah.
Obviously, Elvis is drunk tonight. Obviously, folks. Obviously, Elvis.
So
we get him.
Anyway,
Will it send the invitation? You heading out, Keith?
No. I was
okay.
Say, back to my issue I was texting you about today. Well, I had a clogged toilet, so the maintenance guy comes in the apartment, tries plunging it. That didn't do anything. So he goes and gets like some tool like you have.
Like one of those snakes to send on down through that.
He's putting that in there. That's not doing it. So they call a plumber. He pulled the toilet off the ring, and they're trying to shove some kind of snake thing down in there, and it wasn't going down all the way or something like that. And it kept going up into the wall or something.
Oh,
and so now they gotta cut part of the wall out.
Oh Lord!
Send it to Amish Elvis. We're gonna send him. We're gonna see if he wants to come on. See, I've invited people tonight.
Now, I know I didn't pass anything that darn big.
Imagine if he's had 20 to 25 cats.
I mean,
that's what somebody said. Imagine if you had 20 or 25 cats at your house.
Yeah, that's enough having two.
We all should send him one for Christmas. We all should send him one for Christmas.
Oh, my other one's up here.
Yeah, he can have one of mine.
How many have you got, Bob?
I got two inside and one outside.
I got you.
And a dog.
We'll see if Amish Elvis wants to join us. Do you like this again? Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're right, Keith. It does split your screen up like that. I do like that. That is just for Keith. Let's do that like that. Yeah.
So I got Abby here right next to me. I got Hannah up there in the back of the sofa. She'll be there almost all night.
Really?
Yeah, I have one cat inside. Never see her. The other one's always hanging around me.
Well, this one up here is usually always on top of me.
Do you think Cole Beasley makes a strong impression on the Bucks? Generally speaking, when a player comes in and just is signed, they try to go to him a little bit more than maybe they try to integrate them to the offense a little more. A lot of times what happens, week 3, week 4, week 5, when things going on like that, that's when it kind of fades away. And then you got to watch out for having what's the kid that walked off, stripped all his clothes off or whatever and walked off the field?
Brown.
Antonio Brown disease. You just hope you don't get Antonio Brown disease. If you're willing to come in and play an integral part of the offense when asked upon, it can work. Rob still has an alligator in the shower. No,
See, this is where this cat is a lot of times. I'm sitting here.
Don't have an alligator in the shower now. We invited Amish Elvis. Amish Elvis is invited to come on now. We get him in here. We'll ask him some shit. Oh yeah. We'll get him in here. 10:30 here on Friday evening. I won't be here tomorrow night. We got a dinner date going on tomorrow night, so that'll be interesting. Some people I hadn't seen in almost 10 years, over 5, and they live in Philly, and they're coming by, and we're actually going to meet them for a place. We didn't take Keith. We didn't take Keith there. We're going to a steakhouse.
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You hear Keith saying that bullshit now, right? Ask Keith.
I have to go to a steakhouse about 3 times, didn't I? No, I just always said wherever you want to go.
we went to the fish place, and Darlene got a steak there, but you didn't.
No.
And then one time, pizza wise, you ended up screwing yourself too, getting the wrong can. Rivermont.
Okay, but I would rather had a.
Yeah. George Kittle set to make his season debut for this weekend for the Niners. That's going to help them. They're playing the Broncos. That should help them big time.
That dinner lady.
You
the
still
brownie girl.
The diner lady. Yeah, the diner.
No, the woman with the brownie. I don't want to say brownie girl because that makes it sound like I'm a pervert or something. Little girl with a brownie.
She was a little blonde-headed lady.
Yeah,
she wasn't real
she's
big.
Probably about my age, don't you think? Probably 40, maybe.
Yeah,
I'm older than that.
40 and 50. She probably was between 40 and 50, and she had real long blondish hair, sandy blonde hair, and she wasn't.
Yeah.
She was a little short thing, and he was talking to her, and she was talking back to him, and he would say something, she was talking, and I'm like, my eyes were like, okay, I thought we were leaving. Then I got into the groove. I thought, okay, this dude's talking shit to her. And then the next thing you know, he's walking out the door. I'm like, you didn't have to walk away. You got my phone number. I could come get you, bro. That would have been funny. I'd have came on the channel. I'd have been like, Keith came to visit, and guess what he's doing now? He's out on a booty call. That would have been some shit. That would have been funny. That would have been ultra funny. That would have been cool. I wouldn't have no problem with it. Hell no. Hey, Rob, can you come pick me up at 3 a.m? I might be done by 3:30.
Yeah, Rob, I didn't know she was a pro. I need to borrow $500.
Dude, we're out of money. We already went to the ball game. You need to go find her. Oh my God!
How's Dad doing today?
I went down there today. Yeah, he had to go to the VA hospital. He's not getting around real well at all. He's just not, and I really don't know how much longer Mom's gonna be able to deal. I don't know. I think most of the family is against him maybe going to a nursing home. But when you think about things, it might be the best thing for him. She could go. One of them, if he goes to a nursing home, let's say he goes to one, she can actually go in and sit in a chair. One of these leaning back chairs, she can stay there as long as she wants to. If she wants to stay all night long, they can't say shit to her. She can stay if she wants to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Rob, what was it that night that I got there when we went to that Mexican place and that?
We went. That's where we got food tonight. We brought it home.
What were we talking to her about there at the end? Something about mowing or something, or
what the hell was it?
And then the boss came walking over.
Oh yeah, because it was something about cold beer and she was gonna mow the grass or some shit. Yeah, you've been mowing grass, and I'm like, yeah. She just started in on us. The next thing you know, we were speaking English. She didn't understand all the words. Next thing you know, she didn't call the boss. I don't know what that was about. That was a trip. Yeah, that was the first night Keith was here. That was funny.
Yeah, and I think I had 2 beers that night. I don't think I had another one.
Yeah, I think I was
there. In fact,
yeah, I think I had one.
I think I had 1 beer when I was up visiting my dad, and that's probably the only other beer I've had since then.
Yeah, because tonight we went and got pizza over at Rivermont. I drank one that night. I had a PBR.
Yeah, you did. You had one.
Yeah.
I had a couple of Coors Light.
Because the night we went over there, it looked like all hell was going to break loose. I dropped them 2 off at the door. It was pouring down rain when we went over there.
Yeah, I think I've had one beer since then.
Really? Yeah.
No, two. I had one down at this little bar in Cherry Valley where my dad lives.
Oh, okay.
I might have had two there.
How about on the boat when you was
Two different times. No.
No. I think maybe I saw your dad's
I might
picture.
have had three.
I saw your dad's picture on Facebook holding fish up.
Yeah.
Wearing jeans. Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he caught 5 one day. It hasn't been that good over there, but that's a big lake. And he caught 5, which is the limit.
Oh, 5 bass is the limit?
Yeah. They gotta be a certain
do
size.
they have trout in there too?
Or maybe they don't have to be a certain size. No.
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I've never seen them.
What is your favorite alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverage to drink? Mine, I love a mimosa to drink in the morning time. I love a mimosa. Beer.
For alcohol, for me, it's a Bloody Mary.
I'm not crazy about, believe it or not, I'm not big crazy about tomato juice.
I'm not either, but for some reason I do like those.
I don't. I like Miller Lite and a mimosa. How about Bob? Do you drink anything, Bob?
I like Bud Light and I drink Coke.
Bud Light and Coke, yeah. I'm actually a Pepsi drinker. I like Pepsi a little better than Coke. That's just me.
Yeah, I haven't drank a soda in a long time.
Syracuse makes a field goal. They are up 22-20. How much time left, Alex? How much time left there? I didn't even look to see what the line was. We didn't play that game tonight. I would have if the line was 7, I would have took Syracuse in a heartbeat. I won't lie to you. So right now they're only up 2. We'll see what's happening. We will see what happens there. But yeah, game day. A minute 14 left is all it is. How about that?
Wow.
Syracuse up 2. Yep. Game day, college game day tomorrow is at Knoxville, and it's going to be Florida at Tennessee.
So we get to hear Rocky Top.
Huh?
We get to hear Rocky Top.
I don't know every time they score, but I don't know how many times they're going to score on that team. I really don't. I think it's going to be did I say it's going to be a low-scoring game? I don't know. I think it could be low-scoring. Let's see if I pick for it to be low-scoring. I don't know. I think it can really be low-scoring. I went under. Yeah. 63.5. I think it's a big stretch, man.
So have you or Darlene won anything in bingo?
I didn't go this week. I didn't go this week. She went this week and won a bingo. She won a bingo. She didn't win. Yeah, she didn't win their tickets, but she won a bingo.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I go. I took Dad and Mom with us last week. So Mom and Darlene sat next to each other, and I sat next to Dad, so I can help him. I just get a little small sheet. He gets a small sheet, so I can look at mine real quick, then help him out. But he was on the ball last week. So mind-wise, he's still with us. He's still doing pretty good. He's really doing yeah. He's just legs, arms, just his whole body just does not want to work for him no more. And October 4th, he'd be 89 years old. That'd be my dad.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's not like, it's not like he's a young guy. I mean, he had his last son, was he 42, 43? Something like that. Because I got a brother that's 47. So 57, 67, 77, 87. He was 41 when he had him be 42, man. Just a minute. Hey,
Oh, guys, I think I'm going to head on out.
Heading out?
Yeah.
All right. I think maybe I'm going to, too. I'm going to watch the end of the Phillies games. Which of you three would win in Jeopardy? Probably.
Good night,
Keith.
everybody.
Have a good one, Keith.
See ya.
For everybody out there, you all have a great rest of your evening.
Tell Darlene good night for me.
I certainly will. I'll tell Darlene. Have a good night, Bob. Have a good night, Keith, Alex, and everybody else that's with us tonight. Have a great evening. God bless. Bye-bye.
Bye.